Has social media made us more individual? We can post whatever we want, wear whatever we want, be whoever we want. The internet gives us endless ways to express ourselves, but a lot of that expression starts to look strangely identical. People are buying the same products, posing the same way, editing with the same filters, and organizing themselves in the same recognizable groups. Clean girl, looks maxi, influencer. There are thousands of identities to choose from. It starts to feel like identity is curated to fit a certain brand, rather than actually being made by ourselves. So, how has social media intensified conformity and self-presentation? If identity is now shaped through algorithms, likes, trends, and approval, how much of our individuality is actually self-determined? Conformity isn't new. Conformity has always been a fundamental aspect of human society. Fitting in with group norms is an evolutionary survival mechanism that helps maintain group cohesion and safety. Copying others' decisions provide information, helps adapt to changing environments, and maximizes fitness. We are a social species, and belonging has always mattered. Whether it was hunter-gatherers sharing their resources, flapper fashion in the 20s, punk culture in the 70s, celebrities, peer groups, or workplace expectations, people adopted recognizable styles and behaviors to signal belonging. The difference is that in the past, trends spread more slowly. A fashion trend might last a whole decade. Now, a trend can rise, peak, and disappear within a week. In psychology, normative social influence is the tendency to conform to the expectations of a group to gain social approval, be liked, and avoid rejection or judgment. Solomon Asch's experiments demonstrated that people are more susceptible to conforming to group norms, even when those norms are clearly incorrect. Though his methodology was criticized, the broader finding still stands. People alter their behavior to fit in, even if it contradicts their personal beliefs. Sometimes this process is conscious, and other times it happens gradually. So we know that conformity is not new. What is new is the speed, scale, and commercialization of it. The group is no longer just our community, it's global, it's everyone online. People quickly learn what is rewarded. Certain faces, opinions, lifestyles, and aesthetics receive attention, while others disappear. And slowly, people adjust to these patterns. If a certain outfit gets more attention, more people wear it. If a certain joke gets likes, others imitate it. If a certain opinion gets backlash, people may become less willing to express it. Social media has turned social approval into something visible that can be rewarded, ignored, or punished almost instantly. This connects to operant conditioning, a concept developed by B.F. Skinner, which is learning through reward and punishment. On social media, validation from likes, comments, shares, views, and followers function as positive reinforcement. And if a post receives approval, that behavior is more likely to be repeated. But the reward is not always predictable. Will this post get attention? Will it flop? Sometimes a random video goes viral, while a carefully made video may disappear. This is called intermittent reinforcement, which means that rewards are delivered unpredictably. It's addictive and powerful because the brain is constantly checking for the next possible reward, working almost like a slot machine. You don't win every time, but the possibility of winning keeps you hooked. Compliant actions are obsessively repeated, just in case the next time pays off, in hopes of praise and acceptance. Social media platforms are built around this principle. Content isn't rewarded consistently, and that uncertainty keeps people engaged. These feedback loops intensify conformity. When someone posts, they aren't just sharing a moment of their life, but receiving a whole array of data back about what is being socially rewarded. Algorithms then amplify content that receives attention and show more of it to other users. As a result, similar content just keeps circulating over and over. Social approval has suddenly become measurable. Social media rewards certain identities, but it also constantly exposes us to them. This connects to social comparison theory developed by Leon Festinger, which argues that people evaluate themselves by comparing themselves to others. People compare their beliefs, abilities, appearance, lifestyle, and success to the whole world. We aren't just comparing ourselves to the people we know, like in the past, but to influencers, celebrities, edited photos, carefully constructed highlights from other people's lives. The problem is that the comparison target is seldom realistic. We begin to view ourselves from the outside. Instead of asking, does this feel like me? We start asking, would this look impressive? Social comparison isn't just about wanting what others have, but actively shapes who we try to become. Eventually, these processes influence how we present ourselves to others. Sociologist Irving Goffman proposed the concept of self-presentation. Social life works almost like a performance, and people manage how they appear depending on the audience. We already do this offline. How do you act around your friends versus your professors? Do you speak differently at work than you do at home? Now, this doesn't mean that you're fake. Identity is simply social, contextual, and highly adaptable. But social media expands this performance dramatically. The audience is bigger, invisible, omnipresent, hard to predict. A post is a literal presentation of identity. The photo, caption, outfit, song choice, filter, format, even silence all communicate something about who they are. This is especially obvious in influencer culture. When they sell a product, they're also selling the lifestyle that comes along with it. Personal branding has expanded to regular users. Online identities become simplified into recognizable aesthetics, such as the clean girl and lux-maxing communities. While these categories can provide belonging and self-expression, they also establish informal guidelines about what to buy, what to wear, what hobbies to pursue, and what kind of lifestyle to present. The clean girl aesthetic isn't just about appearance, it communicates discipline, health, femininity, and wealth. Although it's framed as effortless, it creates a monoculture that depends on consumerism, since it's built on products, routines, clothing, skincare, and lifestyle. Lux-maxing promotes a single, homogenized beauty ideal, and followers are pressured to conform to specific facial ratios, jaw angles, and muscular builds. They may go beyond just basic grooming by having surgeries, rating each other, or bone-smashing routines. The result is what some researchers describe as the curated self, or the version of identity shaped for visibility. While it may contain genuine aspects of a person, it's selective. Certain traits are highlighted while others are hidden. This creates a strange contradiction. We're told to express ourselves, but only in ways that can be categorized, consumed, marketed, and approved. The self becomes something that is managed and presented to an audience. This is the paradox. Conformity is not always negative. Social influence can create belonging. Media gives us more tools for more expression than ever before. Online spaces can help people explore identity, find community, and share their talents and interests. Trends are not inherently bad, and participating in them doesn't make someone inauthentic. At the same time, many choices happen within templates that are already selected. We may have the illusion of choice and endless options, but algorithms and brands often push what is already trending, motivating conformity rather than personal growth. Identity becomes easier to recognize when it fits into a category. So, has social media made us more individual? Maybe. It's given us more ways to express ourselves, foster dialogue, connect with others, and explore who we are. But it also intensifies conformity by transforming social approval into a measurable, algorithmically reinforced system that shapes self-presentation and identity. Normative social influence encourages us to fit in. Operant conditioning rewards behavior that receives attention. Social comparison pushes us to evaluate ourselves against others. Self-presentation encourages us to package our identities into something recognizable. Together, these forces shape how we think about ourselves and who we choose to become. Social influence did not start online, but online, it became measurable. So the next time a new trend takes over your feed, it might be worth asking yourself this: do I actually like this? Or have I just seen it rewarded enough times that it started to feel like something I want? Because maybe the hardest form of individuality now is not being completely original. Maybe it's noticing when approval is quietly choosing for us.